Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello fellow students, let me introduce myself. My name is Novilia M. Andini with NPM 2241217 from Accounting Study Program. In this video, I will explain about intangible asset audit. According to SAK ETAP, since 2009, intangible assets are monetary assets that can be identified and do not have a physical form. Intangible assets do not include securities or rights to mineral or mineral reserves such as oil, natural gas, and other non-renewable resources. Intangible assets are recognized when it is probable that the future economic benefits that are attributable to the asset will flow to the company and the cost or value of the asset can be measured reliably. The following expenditures should be recognized as expense and not as intangible assets. First is brand, logo, publications, internally generated, consumer list, and other substantially similar items. Second is pioneering activities such as pioneering costs and including legal and secretarial costs and costs of establishing a legal entity, expense incurred in opening a new business or facility. Third is training activities. Fourth is advertising and promotional activities. And last is relocation or recognize of part or all of an entity. Objective of intangible asset audit. First is to examine whether there is adequate internal control over intangible assets. Second is to examine whether the acquisition, addition, and disposal of intangible assets are supported by valid and complete evidence and authorized by authorized company officials. Third is to check whether the intangible assets owned by the company still have future use. Fourth is to check whether the amortization of intangible assets is carried accordance with the financial accounting standards ETAP, PSAK, or IFRS. Fifth is to check whether the result or income obtained from intangible assets have been recorded and received by the company. Sixth or last, to check whether the presentation of intangible assets in the financial statements has been carried out in accordance with the financial accounting standards ETAP, PSAK, or IFRS. According SAK ETAP, since 2009, all intangible assets are considered to have a limited useful life. The useful life of intangible assets derived by contractual rights or other legal rights must not exceed the non-contractual period or legal rights, but may be shorter depending on the length of the expected period of use of the asset. Contractual rights or other legal rights for a limited period can be renewed, and the useful life of the intangible asset must include the renewed period only if there is evidence to support the renewal by the entity without significant cost. According to SAK ETAP, since 2009, entities must disclose the following for each group of intangible assets. First is useful life or amortization rate used. Second is amortization method used. Third is gross carrying amount and accumulated amortization at the beginning and end of the period. Fourth is income statement elements that include amortization of intangible assets. And the last or fifth is reconciliation of carrying amount at the beginning and end of the period showing additions, disposal, amortization, and other changes separately. So that's the explanation about intangible assets audit. That's all for this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next video.